Hi everyone, it's me Lina again. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you a lot for checking my videos out. And today in this video I would like to make a review on the TV show called The Queen's Gambit. It was shown on Netflix recently and I watched it. I was definitely under impression, I really liked it, but first of all, I want to say that this video may contain lots of spoilers, so be ready, be prepared, and if you don't quite like that, it's better for you not to watch this video. So I want to say that this TV show was based on book apparently, and it is definitely showing us life as it is in some way, maybe not quite all the time, but yeah, I would say that. And I think it is very interesting, intriguing, eye-catching, and everything about it is really so nice. I think that creators worked very well and just actually probably hard, because you can tell how everything is so polished in some way. I really like that and I really appreciate work like that. I think that it was something that really made this TV show so watchable, so beautiful and enjoyable. Gotta says that it is full of beautiful actors, and I think actors in general, they did very well. They are very talented, very, attractive and just amazing. Actually, they were picked up very well too, so selected, let's say, I'm not sure. I think that definitely creators did a very good job, which is, yeah, well, of course it's amazing. So the main actress, the one who played the main character, is very talented, pretty. I saw her in some other movies, so Anya Taylor-Joy did very well, and I think she suits in this role very well too. So also I liked lots of scenes which were just visibly pretty to me in some way. I also liked some areas, not everything but some. Yeah, I'll just want to be honest. I'll try to be honest. Well, yeah, the show is amazing, and honestly it feels like I want to call it movie all the time. Maybe because it is long, because it had many episodes, 7. Actually, also some of them were of different lengths. They were different. That one was a bit longer, or another was a bit shorter. So it still feels like it's a movie because it was so enjoyable and it felt like it was shorter. Yeah, honestly, I think that the show is just brilliant, and this life of this poor little girl, which honestly I wouldn't exactly call her poor little girl. It never actually felt for me during watching this show, during that time, that she was really poor little girl. I thought she was very strong person, this Elizabeth. She did well still, even though she had been through lots. She kept her, strength, or strong personality, and I just loved it. This is something I definitely just admire. So I want to say that actually I have a confession to make. So the first episode I didn't like that much, and I wasn't very attentive right in the beginning when the so-called, but it is not really that, accident occurred. Well, let's not call it accident, because it would be a totally lie, right? So let's not. When that happened, I wasn't very attentive, and honestly, till quite a long period of time of watching this show, I thought that both of her parents actually died in car accident. But yeah, I rewatched it, so yeah, no need to blame me. I watched again, and yeah, obviously her mom, she wanted both of them to die, her and her daughter, little girl, which was very sad. But as I understood, maybe I got something wrong, it happens actually. Maybe this lady, she had like this affair, she had relationships with the man who was married, and eventually she got pregnant or something, and then, well, she was just in stress, depression, and she couldn't really take care, a good care maybe, about the little girl. The man actually tried to like go there where they lived once or something, but well, maybe more times, who knows. It just, he eventually gave up, and also she went to his house and he wasn't happy. She decided to kill both herself and her kid, which is just so sad, so sad. But I don't know, we can't know what kind of mental state she was in, right? We can't really judge people like that, I don't believe that. So anyway, I think the girl was still very strong, and she realized the things that were happening in some way, I'm sure. And you know, some people at that age, they are already quite like, they understand things quite well, even when they're little. So I believe she did. And well, when she went in this, I'm not sure how to call it, orphanage, something like that, the place for orphans. Yeah, the little girls without like parents, who lost their parents, because I believe there were only girls there in that one. She still remained strong. She started to get some like medications, let's call them, but honestly I didn't get that part. Is that actually true? Does anyone know? Because I don't know, it is actually a history, because I mean, I'm not sure how else to call it, because did they actually do that, or what was the reason for them to give such a strong scenes to little kids? And you know, it's not okay. It's definitely, it's just, also if they did, maybe because they thought that little girl still had some sort of traumas or something, cause like some sort of post-traumatic period they had, because most of them actually lost their parents, so maybe that was the reason, and they thought that it was a good reason to give them such a strong medications. Very bizarre, honestly, but I believe in some way it also stimulated the brain of the little girl, and yeah, it worked in some way. Maybe, I don't know, should I say in a good way? Maybe not, probably not. Also, I liked the girl who was sort of friends with her. She was very like super strong person. She eventually, by the way, in the end of like the show, she managed lots of things in her life. I was very happy for her. Don't remember her name, something that starts with J, I believe. She did well. I was happy for her to, you know, to see her like a grown lady, and she was doing like some studies and so on. Very nice. Anyway, also I thought that the guy who was in the basement basically worked there. He definitely played a huge massive role in the life of the girl. Honestly, I think he was quite a sexist. He wasn't exactly like a good person, not necessary, but still he had such an influence that I felt so sorry when she never went back to them. She never did that. Well, eventually, maybe in the end, but yeah, I felt so sorry. Also, he like borrowed her money. She never gave him like back his, you know, part. Well, his money, basically, Mr. Scheibel or something like that. I don't remember, sorry, I don't remember name very well, or well, you know, second name, whatever it is. I mean, I guess at that point it doesn't really matter that much, I hope. So still, he wasn't like nice person necessarily, like, oh, you know, someone to look at, you know, to look up to, meaning. But he still played a massive role in the girl's life, so it was rather very sad for me. I actually cried, honestly. I mean, yeah, you know, no one's perfect, you know. And also, I want to say that I don't think in the life of this Elizabeth was anyone who was truly evil towards her. No one was truly like evil. Maybe, well, obviously her mom wasn't exactly, you know, because of that car scene, but also the guy who was married to her second mom, meaning like the one who adopted, that couple, that guy wasn't exactly a good person, but no one really was like evil as evil to her, and I think it is actually quite realistic in my opinion. No one really like wanted to harm her or anything, like in the way of like just to do that. She had many men in her life, which is, well, interesting, I guess. And what else? Actually, I like the most the one who had some problems with his teeth. He was very genuine person with big heart, and definitely he wanted her like good life for her. He tried to help her. He didn't want her to have any drug addiction or to have too much alcohol. He cared for her. I really think that maybe she thought he wasn't smart enough, but I thought he was even like quite educated. What else? Also, the guy who lived in like somewhere in New York was nice in some way too. He was obviously, he has his own scenes, but yeah. What else? Also, the guy who she was actually in love with, he was like a bit older. I don't think he was like that much older, but she was a teenager at the time when she first met him. And also I want to mention that he had very similar features to the lady, to the Elizabeth, which is curious. They could, I don't know, they looked like brother and sister to me. And yeah, that was interesting actually. And also I believe he had family. As I understood, he was married. Maybe I'm wrong. And what else? So also I really liked her new like mom. She wasn't also a perfect person. She cared about herself too, but she wasn't really creating any like scenes to make everything like worse for girl. She was like, you know, living her life in some way too, or tried to. She was sick apparently, and I actually liked her. She was nice. I thought she was nice. Alma, yeah. What else? Also, I thought that the model, the one who sort of wanted her out before her big competition with the Russian guy, she seemed a bit of like jealous because Elizabeth was very pretty, she was very smart, she had her career, well, still somehow, and there were still things ahead of her, which was something to be jealous of, I guess. Also, I think it's curious how Elizabeth was very scared of Russian, you know, chess players. Oh, well, how to say it? Well, there is actually a better even word for that, because, you know, chess, it's very such a strategy, you know, it is not just a game for some people, let's put it this way. And actually I like lots of scenes because I like to play chess myself. Maybe I'm actually far away from being like good, and also every time I play, because I don't do it regularly, I forget things, so I will be like learning all the time, which is actually not good, meaning the same thing sometimes, which is, yeah, I need to practice more. Anyway, she was sort of scared of Russians. She went to learn some Russian too even. So anyways, I believe that yes, they actually worked in team, and I believe some of those people who, you know, she played with, they were not all Russians, and I think it's important to say. You understand what I mean, probably. So yeah, I mean, apparently they were strong like in chess because they were tough when they were still little kids, and yeah, it actually make perfect sense. And they want them to be first no matter what. They wanted to be the only one and like first. Yeah, very interesting. I liked the end. I liked how apparently they showed like that Americans like went in this group, they worked together as a team, which was rather very nice. Anyway, honestly, I talked too much. I loved outfits too. I liked her little stroll in the end in like Russia, you know. It was interesting, curious, rather full of emotions. And anyway, there are so many people I would like to mention, characters. They definitely played a huge role in her life, and even though they were not like someone who was like that inspiring or anything. Anyway, I'll better stop. So on my rating from 1 to 10, I would give this TV show rather 10 stars out of 10 because it totally deserves it. Let me know what you think. I'm so curious about, your thoughts, what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you soon.